The brain recognizes smells. So right now, if we said in Canada, you guys don't have Thanksgiving. What do you have? What's it called?
Thanksgiving. We have Canada.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving in America is lots of food, right? And so many people, if they think about Thanksgiving, they can actually smell the smells just from thinking about it, right? So a lot of food is subconscious behaviors. And lots of us don't even know we do that. And so to try to set goals sometimes to not do this or not do that can be counterproductive, I personally believe. But there are things that we can do to set ourselves up for success that are very easy. For example, you eat what you see, okay? You eat what you see. Research has shown it. So hide the damn cookies and hide the candy because people eat what they see. And in my house, the general rule of thumb is we go out for treats. So treats aren't in the house. It requires us going out. It requires us to take an action of stepping up and leaving. So what's going to happen is our sugar content's going to go way down. And that is so easy to implement. You just think to yourself like, okay, like I am no longer going to bring like treats into the home. That's going to be something we do as a family and we go out together, you know? Another thing that's really interesting and it's been well researched is don't eat while you're watching TV because you will eat more food. Hands down. Research shows that if you're distracted doing other things when you eat, you will eat more food. So it's so easy just to tell yourself, okay, that's it. No more eating while we're watching TV or doing other things because it does not work. We will eat more food because it's such a subconscious behavior, you know? Don't be distracted, you'll eat more. And here's a really interesting a piece of research that came out of Cornell Food Lab. Higher contrast on your plates, you eat less food. Ooh. You want to eat the most less food? Blue plates. Because with really blue plates across the board, almost all nationalities. Blue plates. So when I'm going to bring up a picture and I'm going to show it here. Blue food in general, because it is not a natural occurrence, right? When you take any food that might look appealing to you and you make it blue, like look at this chicken, right? I don't know if you guys can see.
Yes, blue chicken.
That looks disgusting, right? We could make that chicken, and what research showed out of Cornell Food Lab is that when you take any food, okay, when you take, food and you make it blue, because blue is just not a color that our body and our subconscious associates with good food. Even like blue popcorn, right? It's not as appealing. And so what they thought, they were like, oh my gosh, this phenomena, if you put food on blue plates, will people eat less? And they did. And then here's another trick they found out. Psychologically, if I give you food, okay, an amount of food on a plate, a big plate, and then I give you the same amount of food on a small plate, you've already made a determination in your head if that's enough food for you.
Interesting.
So, because people make those subconscious choices all the time. So serving food on smaller plates immediately tells the subconscious, oh, that's enough food. Look at all the food that is on my plate. So you can take the same amount and put it on a bigger plate, and you're almost subconsciously thinking, I'm going to need more. Another thing is never eat out of the bags or packages. So Cornell Food Lab did a study with popcorn eaters at movie theaters. Yet again, they're watching TV, they're watching a movie, they're distracted, and they're like, no, I'm not hungry, I'll just take a small. Then we give them a large and they eat the whole large. They're like, I ate too much, why did I eat it all? So the subconscious eating is really important, that you're not distracted, but also do not eat out of your big containers. We go to big box stores and we buy lots of food in big bulk, and then we eat out of the containers and we eat more. So if you take those servings and you put them into something else, you will eat less, and it's scientifically proven so. Yeah, it's important, but you can never count on them to support you, because what happens is, what I've learned, even when I went vegetarian or GMO-free or organic, because everybody has emotional attachments to food, them agreeing with your behaviors or your new positive way of being means they somehow are recognizing that their way of doing things is not right, and food is a subconscious behavior. So I think you just have to accept that you find your people who are willing to be your accountability person. But if you expect your family and everybody else to be like totally supportive and on board, well, then they at least have to be in the category of agreeing that it's important. And if they don't agree it's important, then don't expect that from them, and go find your accountability partner. To have an accountability partner, I think, is important. But I tell you, the moment you start eating healthy or say, no, I'm just doing organic, or I'm just doing GMO free, or I'm not eating sugar, the people who have issues around food and addictions to food that we all have will be like, oh, that's stupid. Eat everything in moderation. You get all that other information, you know? Sometimes people, they mix up thirst for hunger. And so initially have some water. And I tell people, like, oh, if you have to get into this habit, take a Sharpie and write right on your finger, your fork finger hand, and say, am I hungry? And as you're picking up your food, you're always asking yourself, am I hungry? Right? Am I hungry? And when you ask yourself, am I hungry? You will make different choices. I promise you, you'll make different choices. And if you eat slow and chew your food, because it takes 20 minutes from the stomach to tell the brain that you're full, you'll have better results as well. So ask those important questions. And if you have to, literally write it on your finger with a Sharpie, am I hungry? Every time you pick up that fork, leave it there for a week. It'll train your mind to always ask the question.